And coming up next, a ladder match for the VWA Tag Team Championships. Ted and Russ dethroning the longtime champions Josh and Brady. And now they'll be challenged by Zach's boys. Zach with a dominant victory over Jake Andrusik earlier. And so he's sending his boys Earvin and Jeff out for the gold. What a dominant faction it would be if Zach held the world championship while Earvin and Jeff became tag team champions. But to do that, they got to go through these guys. The defending VWA tag team champions, Russ, Robinette, and Ted Michaelick. Brought together as a team supporting their buddy Alan McAfee, who has not been seen since earlier this year after failing to beat Dave Shem for the world championship. But the bell is underway. Russ going to start off by body slamming Earvin. Meanwhile, Ted throwing the strikes against Jeff. Jeff with the Irish whip to Ted. Ted counters. You can tell there's going to be chaos here. Earvin coming behind Russ with a big German suplex there. Looks like he was going to focus his attentions on Ted, but Russ coming after him. Ted throws Jeff over his shoulder. Russ goes for the elbow, dodged by Earvin. There's the chops there. Ted locking in a surfboard stretch while Earvin smacks Russ with those chops. Earvin now. Big schoolboy bomb there. Jeff gets behind Ted meanwhile, picks him up. Big shin breaker. And again, the only way this match ends. Look at Jeff locking in the Baltimore single crab. Russ comes over to save his partner. And the only way this match ends is when one of these men climbs the ladder and brings down the belts. Speak of the devil, Ted with a big dropkick as Earvin gets the ladder, and he's bringing it in the ring. No pinfalls, no submission. Somebody's got to climb the ladder and get the belts down. Earvin knocking the ladder out of Russ's hand as Ted clotheslines Jeff to the mat. Earvin with a big step up enziguri as Ted sweeps Jeff to the mat. Earvin now has the ladder. Oh, and he smacks Russ in the face with it. Look at him attacking Russ, using the ladder as a weapon. Russ catches him, thrusting the shoulder into Earvin. Jeff now chops Ted back a few paces. Rushes him, picks him up, big tornado DDT on the ladder. High impact. Russ now throwing strikes to Earvin. He's got Earvin into the corner as Jeff turns Ted around, puts him on the ladder, and locks in a big sleeper hold, modified with that armbar. Russ coming in, sensing Ted was in danger. Russ showing great tag team synergy. Big elbow to Earvin, and Jeff now using the ladder, attacking Ted. Ted wrenches the ladder out of Jeff's hand. And Jeff again with that tornado DDT. Russ has Earvin. What are we going to see here? Russ with a big roll-up to put Earvin on the mat as Ted clotheslines Jeff down. Another Irish whip. Earvin reverses it. Nice monkey toss there. Ted now has the ladder. Gets behind Jeff. Jeff counters, gets behind Ted. Picks Ted up. Oh! Slams him. A back suplex right on the ladder. Earvin now flips over Russ. Nice backdrop there. Ted was able to dodge that dropkick into the corner by Jeff. Earvin, meanwhile, has the ladder set up. But his buddy Jeff is in danger. Ted to the top rope. Abandoning that. Probably a wise move as Jeff locks Russ in a sleeper hold. Ted now saving his partner Russ. Catches the leg of Earvin. Big clothesline to Earvin as Russ now power bombs Jeff to the mat. And slamming the knees into the leg as Ted has Earvin in a surfboard stretch. Ted and Russ showing off some great synergy here. But Jeff and Earvin coming back with these mat technique moves. Oh, big double team gets Russ on the ground. And Ted exchanging in kind, knee to the gut, W-arm suplex to match Jeff's earlier W-arm suplex. And now he's got Jeff locked in that surfboard stretch, but Earvin comes in to break it up. And now Jeff coming after Russ, big chops. Irish whip to Russ. Look at that over the shoulder hip toss. Ted clotheslines Earvin to the mat. Earvin catches Ted. Look at Jeff trying to keep Russ off his game and hold him down. But again, there are no pinfalls in this match. Earvin with that nice hook kick. And he's got Ted. Irish whip. Ted ends up... Whoa, what a clothesline. Earvin shoves Ted off, but Ted gets behind him, turns him around once more. Big uppercut. And Jeff now scoop slam to Russ. Broken up by Ted. These guys are wearing each other down, but again, this match only ends when somebody climbs the ladder and gets those belts. You see Earvin sizing the ladder up. And Jeff's in trouble. Jeff caught in between Russ and Ted, but he catches Russ. Nice W-arm suplex there. And Russ is a little winded. Ted's going to tackle Jeff to the mat. And now Ted has Jeff again. Goes to roll him up and hold Jeff down, which allows Russ the opportunity to get to his feet, come after Earvin, pick him up, slam his leg right into the ground. Earvin kicks Russ off of him as Ted is now holding Jeff down. Earvin dancing around to get a hold of Ted. He's got Ted. Nice headlock takedown. Gives Jeff the opening to lift Ted up. Big hard back chop. And now Earvin has Ted with a back suplex. A little over 5 minutes in here. Look at Jeff. Again, using that athletic stuff to hold the guys down. Russ now going to drive the knee right into the side of the leg of Jeff Santos. Unorthodox Russ style offense. Earvin with a Michinoku driver to Ted while Jeff is chopping Russ. Rapid fire chops. Earvin with a big chop to put Ted down. And Jeff and Earvin showing off some great synergy of their own. They are in control of this match. Earvin with a big Hurricane Rana to Ted. Russ comes in to save Ted, but Jeff now wrestling Russ to the mat with an arm drag. You gotta wonder how soon are these guys gonna start focusing on the ladder. That's the only way this match ends. Earvin able to counter backflip out of Russ's attempt. He's got Russ held down. Jeff chops Ted right to the mat. And now he's got Ted locked in that single Santos, the Baltimore Crab. Oh, and Earvin, a big chop to the back of Ted. Russ able to backdrop Jeff to the mat. And now Earvin has Ted. Another Hurricane Rana as Russ drives the knee into Jeff's leg. And these guys, they're really going for the long game. They're trying to wear the other guy down. Russ with that power slam. Ted rushes Earvin and catches him on a dropping neck breaker. Ted cartwheels over to Earvin, which allows Russ to pick Earvin up. Big pile driver. And now Ted uppercuts Jeff to the mat. Big clothesline as Russ lands the shin breaker. Big right hand to Jeff. And the ladder has been knocked over as Ted locks in the surfboard stretch to Jeff. Earvin coming in to break it up. Earvin counters the Irish whip, but Ted was there to break it. And now they've got Earvin. Oh my gosh. They lift him up. Oh, double powerbomb. And you saw Russ looked like he was going for the ladder, but Jeff knew to stop him. Ted with a flying body press to Earvin. And he sets the ladder up. But Russ is there waiting. Gets behind Jeff. Beautiful reverse DDT to Jeff Santos. As Ted slams Earvin to the mat. Jeff to his feet with aggression. And now Ted's climbing the ladder. And he knocks the ladder over. Ted taking a hard fall. Ted was on the ladder and took a rough landing as Jeff knocked it over. Now Russ has Earvin. Huge back toss. And Russ is absolutely feeling it. He's pointing to Ted. You saw him point to Ted, telling him to set the ladder up. Jeff there to knock it over. He's got Earvin. Catches him. There's the RKO. And Earvin completely woozy. What are we going to see here? Russ going up top. Abandoning. Jeff able to dropkick Ted to the mat. And it looks like Jeff is now going to go set the ladder up. Ted able to knock it over. Jeff going for attempt number 2. You can tell these guys are honing in on the prize at this point. Jeff wrestling Ted to the mat with that gourd buster suplex. And you saw Earvin take over attacking Ted. Jeff went to set the ladder up, but Russ was ready. Gets behind him and lands a back suplex. Earvin chops Ted to the mat. That gives Russ an opening. Russ setting that ladder up. Earvin with the Michinoku driver to Ted. Vintage Earvin Beavers offense there. And Jeff coming in, German suplexing Ted to the mat. But now Russ has Earvin. Nice reverse DDT. Ted to his feet slowly. And Russ is in trouble as both Earvin and Jeff are coming after him. And there's Ted to make the save. Oh, Earvin lands that big high heel kick there. Knocks Ted right to his butt. Jeff with a nice drop kick to Russ. Puts Russ on the outside of the ring. Earvin catches the right hand, chops Ted to the apron now. And Earvin sending Ted careening into the table. This puts Russ in a bad spot. A drop kick right into the German suplex. Jeff gonna take advantage. Looks like he was gonna climb the ladder, but he comes in to stop Ted from choking Earvin out. But he's going for it again. Jeff is going up. That kick to Russ. And then Russ knocking the ladder over. Jeff taking a huge fall. Ted is choking out Earvin. And this could be the opening Russ needs. What are we going to see? Jeff with the dropkick. Ted using that quick athleticism to get to the other side of Jeff. But Jeff still slams Ted to the mat. And Russ coming in to knock Jeff off the ladder. Back and forth we go here. Earvin with a big dragon screw to Ted. Russ getting chopped down by Jeff. Jeff went for the ladder. Earvin lands a DDT. Now these guys' bodies can only go so long. That's why the ladder becomes important in the end game, as you can see. Earvin with a nice Hurricane Rana to Ted. Dancing in circles around him. And look at this. Russ was able to clothesline Jeff to the mat. Earvin was reaching for it. Ted knocks the ladder over. Great save by Ted. But now Jeff goes to lift Russ up for the final cut. Russ counters and suplexes Jeff right onto the ladder. Jeff slow to get to his feet. Russ setting it up. Jeff still able to dropkick Ted as Earvin with that beautiful T-bone suplex to Russ. And the face cut. Vintage Earvin Beavers. Ted lifting Jeff up for a nice vertical suplex. Earvin goes for the Hurricane Rana. Russ powerbombs Earvin. And Jeff now holding Ted back. He's holding Ted down, which allows Russ to climb the ladder. And Russ pulls the belts down to retain. Great synergy by Ted and Russ. Wow. Russ pulls it down. Ted was holding Jeff off. Russ takes that hard landing, but pulls it down, and Ted calling for it to be over. Ted and Russ, the victory over Jeff and Earvin, retain the VWA Tag Team Championships.